Peace, peace, peace to the original people of the Creator. Welcome to another edition of Fresh Fire Friday with TY and Reggie. What's up, TY? Who we got in the building today?
Yo, we got my man Grace all the way from LA. We're about to do it big today.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Grace?
Just cooling, man. Just
peace,
taking it.
Peace.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, man. We
Bless.
chilling, man. We chilling.
No
Let's
doubt.
go ahead and get this hot topic out the way. Today's topic is going to be, we're going to put our minds in the state of survival. All right. But we're not talking about food. We're not talking about water. We're not talking about clothing. But I want you to pick 5 songs to put in your survival kit. These 5 songs are 5 songs that you're going to hear for the rest of your life or until you get rescued, however that may be. How that sound, brothers?
That's tough, man. I'm with it, man.
Yeah, this was a tough
Absolutely.
topic, so we already prepped the battlefield, so we had a little heads up on this topic, but everyone else that's listening to this, make sure that you drop your 5 songs in this survival kit as well. All right.
Man, all right. So first and foremost, for those of you that don't know, I'm Grace the Martyr. My government is Dario Harris. I'm an Emmy Award winning filmmaker. I'm an artist, an Army veteran, such as yourselves. And I just appreciate the opportunity, Ty. And I really appreciate this opportunity and platform. Great question, man. That's a tough one. Took a lot of okay. All right. 5, right? It's 5, right?
It's 5.
Okay. So the first one, I'm gonna go with Nipsey Hussle, Dedication. That is Nip featuring Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And I chose that song because I lived in LA during the time of Nipsey's rise, 2008, 9, 10, pretty much. And that song wasn't out, of course, because it's on his last album, of course, but his growth and everything, just kind of seeing him start from his first album to now. And the song content in itself with him and Kendrick about dedication is just everything. It's self-driven, it's purposeful, man. I love it. So that was my first one. Second one is Never Change, Jay-Z. And it's a sample with David Ruffin.
Yeah.
It's called Common Man, I love the original song by David Ruffin, like about him telling his wife or his spouse that he'll never change. He's just a common man pretty much. And she's saying that she gonna love him regardless. But the way Kanye flipped the sample for Jay-Z was just immaculate, man. It was just and the crazy thing is now is I have these ties to St. Thomas pretty much. So, Jay-Z's grandmother, St. Thomas pretty much. And I have a friend who just had a kidney transplant here pretty much. I went to go see him on last night here in the hospital. And, we just talk about certain things. But yeah, I love that song because of the content, of course. I Never Change. It talks about dedication as well, hustling, of course, and just surviving and thriving, and just keeping your integrity, you know what I'm saying? Just staying true to who you are. Third, I chose Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
Oh yeah.
Chose that song because I'm choosing these songs, based off real life, relationships and people that I connected to or folks that put me onto it. So I chose this particular song because my dad, my pops, we weren't always close. So like now pretty much I love my dad, even though he dropped the ball here and there pretty much. I love my dad, And once you become a dad yourself and you go through certain trials and everything, you just start to realize like, man, he was doing the best with what he had at the time pretty much. And I'm doing the same things, you know what I'm saying? So I can't hold that grudge against him. So he doesn't listen to rap or anything, he's just a witness pretty much, Jehovah's Witness pretty much. So we kind of different in those lanes, but he told me about this song one day, and he was like, "Man, you ever heard Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton?" I was like, "Nah," and I can't stop listening to that song. I love it.
Yeah.
I found out that my grandmother, who stays with mom, she plays it for Granny every single morning, pretty much. You know, so they get her ready and go take her to like a growing up daycare, pretty much. So yeah, Chris Stapleton, Tennessee Whiskey. That's 3. My 4th one would be Love Yours by J. Cole. I've always been a huge fan of J. Cole since before he came out. His first mixtape, they got him signed to Rock Nation back in 09, like around the same time as Nip, actually. I've been on Cole for a minute, actually. And I chose that song because it's from his greatest album that he's put out so far, Forest Hills Drive 2014.
Love it.
And it just talks about, you know, loving yours. I think, especially me having so many opportunities in film and music, pretty much. I won't say I get beside myself, but I just need to be humble sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I love yours is like a constant reminder that it's always going to be a better car or a woman or something, or you know what I'm saying? But you just have to love yours and start from there and stay humble. So that's why I chose that song. Last song. Anita Baker, Same Old Love. It's 365. Anita Baker. It just takes me to a time where a lot of my relatives were still alive. Like a lot of my, you know, uncles that were in the streets, you know what I'm saying, back then, or like just family members that were in the streets that we just came together and had these block parties and ate crabs in the middle of the yard on blankets, and they would just play these kind of songs pretty much, you know what I'm saying, and be dancing in the grass like all I wanna do, you know what I'm saying? So it just takes me back to a time like, man, it's a feel good song, you know, it's soulful. Yeah. So that's my 5, guys.
Thought you got one more. That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
that's fine. That's
All
my
right. We'll come back.
All right. What's up, man? Who up next?
See why.
On deck.
You on deck, bro.
Yo, that's what's up. First of all, appreciate it, Grace, man. Man, I'm super J. Cole fan. You know,
Nice.
he's right. He's notch below Nas to me, but that's another story for another day. But I'm gonna go ahead and get into my list. No particular order. First, since I already mentioned him, I'm gonna go with my man Nas. If I Rule the World, featuring the Queen, the great Lauryn Hill. Just, man, when my cousin Larry, shout out to Larry Bonds, he put me on the rap.
Classmate.
Yeah, he put me on the rap, and he was a diehard LL Cool J fan and Rakim. And then Nas came along, you know what I'm saying? Because he actually y'all classmate as well,
Yeah.
class
all
of
of
'73. So he put me on the Nas, you know.
We ain't in no
and every-
damn class of 73.
No, I mean, I'm saying, yeah, I was born in '73, excuse me, class of '91. But yeah, he put me on the Nas, and I've been on him ever since. And just I Rule the World is just a mixture of a classic rap with a classic R&B. And that's a good segue to my second joint, which is Method Man and Mary J. You All I Need to Get By. That joint, every time I hear that, I think about wife, because we've been rocking out since the 90s. So that's what I feel when I hear that song, you know. I just think of her and all we've been through, you know what I'm saying, since the 90s. My third joint, I'm gonna go with it's another Lauryn Hill, Killing Me Softly by the Fugees.
There you go.
Man, this song, every time, you know what makes a song great? If it takes you back to a point in your life and you can reminisce on what you was doing during that moment or during that time. And I remember just, that was the first, in my recollection, first tape, because it was tapes back then, that you couldn't get a single. You had to get the whole joint. Right. And because before that, you know, we would get a tape just for the single because you really didn't want to hear what was on B-side, and people weren't really putting out a whole body of good music.
Yeah.
They was just putting out singles, and you was buying the individual singles. But I was forced to buy, you know, the whole Fugees joint, and man, classics all up and down that CD. Shout outs to the Fugees. We need a reunion or something on the Fugees. But moving on, I think that's 2. Number 3, I'm gonna go with no, that was number 3. Number 4, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go with the very first tape I ever bought, because I come from an R&B background, was Luther Vandross, Here and Now. Very first tape I ever bought. Matter of fact, I bought 2 at the same time. It was Luther Vandross, Here and Now, and Babyface Whip Appeal. But Here and Now, as a kid, I said that was going to be my wedding song, but I wanted to be unique once that time came, because that's a classic wedding song for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I chose to go a different route. But Here and Now, you know, that was Big Luther. That was Big Luther, not Little Luther. That was Big Luther, but that was a classic. And then number 5, you know, since it's the only 5 songs, I feel obligated to definitely have a good gospel song on there. Yeah. And I'm gonna go with Marvin Winans' "Let the Church Say Amen," written by Andre Crouch. Every time I hear that song, you know what I'm saying, it just takes me to a good place. I think about, you know, being forced as a kid going to church with grandma, but it, you know, it brings back some good fond memories. So if I had 5 and I had to rock out with those 5 for the rest of the time until somebody saved me, that would be the 5 on my playlist.
That's a good 5, bro. You're gonna be all right.
Awesome, man. You know, just to add, you was talking about how particular songs just kind of take you back to like a certain time in your life, pretty much. You know, Jay-Z's Never Change. It came out when I was in basic training, and I was in Fort Benning in 2001. And basic wasn't hard, it was just tedious, you know, it's more mental pretty much. You know, some quit, some go AWOL pretty much. But that album itself, man, like the soul that he packed into that album pretty much, and the growth that he showed was like, it really kept me sane, you know what I'm saying? It got me through FTX in certain situations I faced in basic training. So yeah, that was another one. Yeah, but yeah, great 5, man, for sure.
And I can't remember what song did you pick at your wedding, since you didn't do Here and Now. You know, we was inebriated.
Yeah, so the song that I picked, man, if you would ask me, it was on the tip of my tongue. But I can tell you who made it. It was Beyonce and what's my man name? It's a duet. Marcus. Hold up. It'll come to me. I'll get it for you.
I ain't meant to put you on the spot.
No. I can hear the words, but you know I can't sing, so I ain't gonna embarrass myself like that.
Go ahead, you can.
Before the end of the episode, I definitely had a name for you, but I'm gonna definitely get the name to you guys, because man, it's such a beautiful song, but it's so underrated. Like I guarantee you, when I tell you, you guys might know because you come from a musical background, but most people, it's one of those songs that just kind of went under the radar. And I know that sounds crazy because it's a Beyonce song, but it's a collabo with I ain't even gonna say unknown, but he's not mainstream. But I'm gonna get it for you before the episode is over with, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for acknowledging that I come from a background with great musical background too, with Grace, you know. Hey man, let me get into my 5.
Yeah.
First song gonna be Donny Hathaway, A Song for You. That's just, I think Donny Hathaway was one of the most underrated artists ever, you know. So I just love that song. It's before my time, but that's one of those songs that I think it's an endless hit, and it's a timeless hit, because if it dropped today, it'll still be one of the top played songs.
Yeah.
And I had to go back. Number 2 gonna be Outkast, Get Up. Man, I just think about when I was in college, when I first heard that song, man, that whatever car you got in, whatever club you walked in, get up and get out and get something. Don't let your days of your life pass by. You remember that, Grace? I know you heard that in the A all day. It's still, if it come on now, it's still banging. You know that, but Andre 3000, if my top 5 MCs wasn't who they are, he could definitely be in my top 5 MCs. But I just don't think he have the hunger for it anymore.
That's
All right.
another conversation.
That's a whole nother conversation, right? But
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. But third gonna be One More Chance with B.I., you know. So that song, you know, me and my brother John used to ride. Everybody in our crew, man, we wrote every car you got in, that song was playing. And I think everybody in our neighborhood was playing that song, right, T.Y.?
Yeah.
All right, yo, so number 4 gonna be, I'm gonna take it. I'm not a church guy, but I love inspirational music, but it is for me from Miami Mass Choir. I love that song. You know, it's very inspiring, and
Absolutely.
and it definitely it has definitely gotten me through some rough times, you know. It has definitely gotten me through some rough times especially in the 90s and early 2000s. So peace to that song. And last but not least, gonna be Song Cry with Jay-Z. You know, when you see that song, it's everything. That's the first rags to riches song that I've ever heard. He shows how he started out to when he started, and look, he was on top. Felt like he was on top at the end of that song, but look where he's at now. You know, so I think that should be the soundtrack to all of us to aspire to be better. All right. So with that being said, I love all 10 of y'all songs. If you had, we're gonna throw a curve in it. If you got a honorable mention, Grace, what would your honorable mention be?
Dang, man.
Or you want to comment on any song that I picked?
Yeah, I do, man.
Tell me about Get Up. What that song mean to you?
Get Up, man. So when that song came out, and I was watching my older cousins, I was trying to run with them, and they were in the streets, of course, you know, doing their thing, and I was seeing like the gold herringbones with like the Cadillac charms and stuff like that, and they were wearing like cross colors, and cross colors was big back then. I mean, it was expensive back then, bro. Like a t-shirt was $45, you know what I'm saying? A pair of jeans was $70 back then. And yeah, man, I was just kind of seeing them move in the streets pretty much, and I was hearing the lyrics of that song, like, man, this is it. And it inspired me, man, so much to, you know, music really saved my life, man. I say it in like Times of a Martyr, pretty much one of my songs, but I really like, you know what I'm saying? I attribute certain artists like Nas, Outkast, Pop for like saving my life pretty much. And that song just did so much. Even Goody Mob still standing, like, oh my goodness, man. So yeah, man, I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of lead into that segue. Song number 6 for me would be Still Standing, Goody Mob.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dungeon Family.
Every element existed, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, yeah, it's just it's powerful. It's powerful. It talks about the changes of the time from, you know, the golden years of hip hop to now. It talks about everything, man. They foreseen things back then that we're just seeing now pretty much, and that's, you know, still coming to the light now pretty much, and they've always been ahead of their time. So yeah, man, shouts to Goody Mob and Outkast, man, for sure. The whole Dungeon family, for sure.
What's your honorable mention, T.Y.?
All right, before I get to that, I'm gonna get your answer for what that song was for my wedding. It was After All Is Said Is Done. After All Is Said and Done by Beyonce and Mark Nelson. So check that out when you get a chance. But my song, man, it's so many, but I'm gonna just stay right there and that because I think that was one of the best soundtracks ever, The Best Man. So I'm gonna stay right there and go with The Best Man I Can Be. When all those brothers got together, and, that's stuff got to mean something to me. I come from an era where we just listen to the lyrics, and you got to feel what the person is saying. So when you listen to that song, I think of us. You know what I'm saying? I think of you are who your circle is. So I think of the people in my circle and how, you know what I'm saying, we came to Charlotte in '98, and man, we had some hard times, but look at us now. You know what I mean? So that song, helping each other out, you know what I'm saying? My car might not be working, or your car might not be working. We might need to crash over here. We trying to figure it out. We in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? We got stories. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into them on this episode, but we got stories. And so songs like that, it just make you smile when you hear the lyrics and you think about, being the best man you can be and having brothers there to have your back and lift you up when needed. So that would be my joint if I had to switch one of them out.
That's a great choice, man. Like I think about that song now, like, wow, he's right. Give you a smooth guy, Ty.
Appreciate it. I try, man.
That's
Hey, yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Nobody from Keith Sweat.
Yeah,
because
can't go wrong.
Since I do come from a musical background, everybody in my family sings, man. We just like whatever. But I'm just playing. But I do think I'm a singer. That's why I always get mad, man, every time I hear Skinner on that song, because I said, I could have sung it for real.
That supposed to be you.
That's supposed to be me. And Will, and one thing about Will always say, Sam, come on, you can do it. He never gonna say,
yeah,
nah, man. He gonna be like, come on, let's do it.
So let me ask you, was that before or after auto-tune?
This was after, definitely after.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely after.
So this, after T-Pain. So you probably could have worked it out.
Yeah, it was after T-Pain.
Yeah, Will could have did some things which.
Hey, one night, me and Joe we was in Paso Robles. You remember that, Grace? We in Paso at this bar. We the only two black people in the bar, and we found two sisters. We Joe getting them drinks and everything.
Man, Joe was right at home.
Yes, I was too. Joe went to the bathroom, right? When he came out, I was they was doing karaoke. I was standing on the stage singing that song. When he walked out, he was looking for me. He said he looked up on the stage. He had his drink in his hand. He just dropped his drink on the floor. And he talking about, man, we're going to work. We're going to work when we get back. When we get back to post, we going to work. Yeah, man. That was a good story. No. We got to get Joe on here, man. We got to get Joe on here for real.
For sure. For sure.
You got him.
Yeah, man. But this is a good week, man. You got anything you want to talk about, Grace, before we shut it down? Yeah. Grace. Is Grace frozen?
Yeah, it looked like it might be having some technical difficulties on his end.
All right. Well, let's keep it going, bro. You got anything you want to talk about before we shut it down?
Nah, just again, as usual, I just want to thank Grace for his time and his energy on this call, giving us the opportunity to just hear what he had going on and his list. Because I'm saying, though, like I always say, we take from other kings and put it in our toolkit to keep it moving. So I appreciate, make sure you put his stuff in the link so everybody will know what he got going on. But yeah, again, a wonderful show, bro.
He coming back in. Let me see.
Hey.
Yeah, we lost you, bro.
What happened, man? Sorry about that. All good, all good. Yeah, I just want to say thanks again, man, for the platform, pretty much. My short film Ahmad is in post-production. working on new music right now. I'm writing, 2 more screenplays, man, and just working on self-improvement, man. And I'm just grateful to just know great brothers such as yourself that just have this platform. So let's just keep it up, man. God bless and salute.
Oh yeah, man. Man, thank you for your time, man. Ty gave you he gave you a good conclusion just now, man. He gave you a shout out. We're gonna put all your information at the bottom. Man, and the first time I heard you rapping, man, you got a lot of Andre 3000 in you. I don't know if you ever been told that or not, but I can hear that influence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
I can
love
hear
it.
a little comment as well. I can hear a
Yep.
little comment in there
Yep.
as well.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Appreciate that.
So
A lot, man. Just got to keep working, man.
oh, yeah.
I just found out, which is crazy. I just found out that I'm eligible to join the Recording Academy, man. For the Grammy. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that, man, for sure.
That's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You guys, man. God bless, and you guys take care.
Oh yeah, man. And thank you for joining us, Grace. Thank you for everyone that's tuning in and listening to this weekly episode. We're gonna take it to another level, with the help of Grace and a lot more influences. So just be patient with us and keep giving us your
Keep tuning
comments.
in.
Keep tuning in. Keep clicking that like button, clicking that subscribe button, and hitting that notification button so you can catch every week's episode. Thank you. Once again, peace be unto you. We'll see you next week.
Peace.